Yo. So real quick, we just want to talk about how can you earn a scholarship offer in your ninth grade year. I think it's one of the best things that you can do going into your high school recruiting season or whatever the case may be. Going into your high school career, just having that sense of weight off your shoulder where you're not looking for a scholarship offer. I came up with a list of three things that need to kind of happen for you to earn that phantom scholarship offer your ninth grade year. You know what I mean? So the first thing is it needs to be understanding with your parents and you, starting in sixth to seventh grade, 11, 12 years old, that this is a plan that you want to execute because there's going to be some sacrifice on the parents' part as well that need to get you to, specialized training or multiple sports or whatever the case may be. So understanding that there's a benefit, not a benefit, but there's a need for the parent to have reins on the situation at that age where it's a combined effort to do the things that are necessary from sixth to eighth grade to be in position to get a scholarship in ninth grade. So that would be kind of the first thing that I would do or say is the key is parents need to commit to the process as well as the kids. Specialized training, multiple sports. I prefer track for many different reasons. And at that age period, kids start to separate themselves. They start to separate themselves physically, emotionally, and a lot of times when you start to have these extra training sessions and different sports and running track, it really puts your son into an outlier situation to where they're, in ninth grade, it's the skill set and things are a little different and just easier to be identified. So that would be my number one thing is the parents and the kid have to be all on board with the process and that it's going to be a combined effort, understanding that there's sacrifice and investment made on both sides. The second part would be running track during sixth to eighth grade. I would, even if you don't run all the way through high school, I think with the purpose of getting an offer in ninth grade, running track from sixth to eighth grade can be very beneficial. It teaches you a lot of things, whether it's learning how to compete against yourself. Running track is very humbling, and a lot of times you're not going to be the fastest person, but it's a race against your own time. So understanding to run your own race, so it's a mentality check in that. And a lot of times the training is a lot more difficult than football at that time. Again, putting you in a different physical space than your counterparts that maybe just be playing football or doing other things, maybe even just doing the 7-on-7. Just as a sheer athlete, the assets that you'll be developing, running track, specialized training, and getting all those things. And I'm not against 7-on-7. You can do that too, just as long as you're continuing to skill develop. I don't know how young they go. But for the purpose of getting an offer in ninth grade, running track at that sixth to eighth grade time period, understanding how to run, how to generate force into the ground, how to run relaxed, can really put you head and shoulders above your counterparts going into ninth grade. And the last thing is going into ninth grade, go to the camp circuit and dominate. A little tip or a little cheat sheet was like when you run track, you tempo up your training to where you're peaking out around May, June, July. And that's kind of when camp season starts for colleges. So you'll be leaving a track season in the best shape that you'll probably be in a year, sprinting to go show off for college coaches ahead of the curve in the sprint form, running 40-yard dashes, going through the drills, whether you're receiver, running back, receiver, lineman, or whatever the case may be, showing your athleticism. And again, it puts you in that frame as an outlier going into ninth grade. Not that it's a guarantee to get an offer, but doing those three things, parent and kid, understanding that it's a sacrifice and investment from sixth grade to move forward in this ecosystem if that's what you want to do seriously. Second part would be, running track. Running track from sixth to eighth grade for all the benefits and that I kind of mentioned, just to set you up going into ninth grade and understanding just a baseline on how to run, how to be efficient with your body, and like pushing yourself to the limits in track. Like there's some things just mentally, mental strengthening things that just come with running track that I just believe lend very well to coming back onto the football field. And the third thing would be dominate the camp circuit. Go to the camps, run fast, show your competitive nature. And again, that's something that's been built up and blocks being stacked up for the past 3 years. If you continue, going to see a trainer or playing multiple sports, running track, understanding that those things, I know that a kid can't always do that by themselves. And that's why I said the first piece is the parent and the kid kind of understanding that's an investment and sacrifice, however you want to look at it. And that's how you want to attack it. So again, thanks for joining. Doing this more often, giving little critical insights and best practices to navigate the recruiting waters. Again, have a good one.